I'll let you in on a little secret. You can be a millionaire in just 19 years. How old would that make you? Insane, right? Now, if you made an extra $500 a week and invested it with a return of just 7%, a super conservative number, in just 19 years, you would have over $1 million. And I'll let you in on another juicy little secret. The best way to start making this extra cash is by starting a side hustle. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 side hustles that make a lot of money that you can use to start making multiple streams of income as a teenager or an adult. Now, you'll make great money with every single one of these, but there are two in particular that you can use to make over $100K a year. What's up, guys? My name is Matt Matheson. I am a personal finance writer, teacher, and school principal, and I'm also the founder of Family Money School. And this channel is all about helping kids and the parents who love them become money rock stars. Now, one of the biggest issues with side hustle videos on YouTube is that there is no definition or criteria for what makes a good side hustle. I mean, you've got lists with everything from earning money with credit cards, I mean, that's not a side hustle, to becoming a doula. And if you don't know what that is, look it up and you'll see why. Even though it's a legit side hustle, it's probably not gonna fly with at least half of you. Now, I didn't just put any old side hustle on this list. In order to make the cut, these hustles needed to pass a very rigorous set of criteria. First, all these side hustles will work for teenagers or adults. It doesn't matter if you've got no hair on your chest or, if you've got hair growing in places hair was never meant to grow. You can use each of these side hustles to start reaching your goals. Second, all of these hustles allow you to start making money right away. I didn't want you to have to spend a year writing blog posts before you had enough traffic to start making some actual cash. And when I say right away, I mean on day one. Next, each side hustle on the list presents a consistent opportunity to make money. I didn't want side hustles that were solely seasonal work, like dressing up at Christmas as Santa's little helper at the mall. And finally, the schedules are all flexible for these side hustles. Whether you're in school or have a full-time job, side hustles happen on the side. So making sure you can work whenever you want was key. Okay, with that, let's get rolling. The first side hustle is to donate plasma. Now, this is different than donating blood. In the blood family, plasma is the often forgotten ugly stepsister. Quick little science lesson here. Blood is made up of white blood cells, red blood cells, and platelets, which are all important to different body functions. But plasma, which is used to take nutrients, hormones, and proteins to different parts of the body that need it, is also critical. In order to donate plasma, you need to be 17 in some states, and you can even be younger in other locations as long as you have parental consent. And for my Canuck friends, you have to be 17. When you donate, you can make $50 to $75 per appointment, and you can give up to twice a week. So that's a cool $600 a month to literally just sit there and binge watch my killer YouTube videos and hit the like button. Or did you already do that? Now, not only is your monthly income pretty sweet, first-time donors can get big bonuses for getting started, up to $1,000 in your first month at certain sites. Your first visit just takes a couple of hours as they'll need to do your health history and a physical exam. And after that, each visit lasts about an hour. It's seriously easy money. Now, next up, we've got our first 100K hustle, photography. Now, you won't start out making millions, but great photographers are not only hard to find, they can make a ton of money taking a variety of pictures for businesses, entrepreneurs, families, graduations, moms-to-be, newborns, and if you get really good, weddings. In fact, earning 100K isn't out of the question once you establish yourself as a great photographer. I have a friend whose teenage daughter was interested in photography. She started learning more about cameras and taking pictures, and then she posted an ad on Facebook to do some business headshots, specifically for girl boss entrepreneurs. And I'll tell you, she crushed it. She's since parlayed her love of photography into a hustle she does on evenings and weekends and in the summer. And she's going to make $14,000 this summer as a teenager. I mean, if working directly with customers isn't your thing, you can still make money with your camera by selling pictures to stock photo sites. You'll make the most money by taking pictures that are in really high demand. So be sure to keep your pulse on what's trending. A safe bet is to take lifestyle photos of people doing interesting things, as sites are always looking for these types of pics. Just continue checking to see what types of photos are trending and take those pictures. Finally, be aware that if you're underage and want to sell to online sites, you'll need to get your parents to sign up for the account, since you need to be 18 in order to enter into the contractual agreement to sell through the different sites. Okay, this next one is so simple, it's almost criminal. But it's true that with garage sale flipping, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Now, the basics of garage sale flipping are very simple. You hit local garage sales looking to buy items on the cheap that you can then flip on eBay, Amazon, or Facebook Marketplace for a tidy profit. Now, you don't need much startup money for this, and you can quickly turn this side hustle into a great source of income. In order to determine how much a product is worth and if it will actually sell, I'm going to show you a little known hack from eBay to ensure that you not only get a great deal, but you also maximize your profit. So let's say you're garage sailing when you come across an old school Nintendo along with some games. Now, in order to determine if it's got the potential to be resold at a higher price, simply look it up on eBay. Then scroll down and check the boxes sold and completed. This will show you all of the completed sales of similar items. So from this, you'll not only be able to figure out if you're getting a great deal, you'll also know what to list the games at to be competitive with other sellers. Now, a key to getting great deals is mastering the art of negotiation. One of the ways I was able to get my car for free was by using some subtle but powerful techniques. And the best book I've found and used to learn how to negotiate is Never Split the Difference by former FBI negotiator Chris Voss. And I'll link to it down below for you to check out. Now, it's important to know that you'll never get a killer deal if you don't crush the like button. No, but seriously, I'm just kidding. You won't get deals unless you ask. I mean, no one's going to give their stuff away. So don't be afraid to give a low ball offer for things. Most people are having garage sales because they've got too much junk or they need money. So they are typically very motivated to sell. Take advantage of this by using subtle negotiating techniques and then driving a hard bargain. Using this hustle can bring you some fast cash. And again, I love it because it's simple and you don't need a ton of money to get started. Okay, next I've got a hustle for all my animal lovers because you can make great money on the side by taking care of dogs. 67% of households have at least one pet. And the average home spends almost $1,400 a year on basic needs for Fido. Last year, the US pet industry sold $99 billion. Translation, there is a lot of money to be made on pets. It's big business. People are always looking for someone to walk their furry friend or to check on them while they're at work or on business trips and vacations. Now, getting started with this hustle is super easy. Start by letting your family and friends know that you're ready and willing to look after their pets. Next, you can join local parent groups and pet groups in your area and let people know that you're available to care for their dog or cat. And finally, you can drum up customers by asking your local vet clinics if you can post a flyer in their offices. When you turn 18, you can apply for Rover, which is basically the Uber of pet care. This will take your pet care hustle to the next level and make it even easier for you to find jobs and get paid. Now, there's definitely good cash to be made taking care of pets. In fact, sitters that treat Rover like a part-time job and take, 2 to 3 dogs for a couple weeks out of every month earn an average of $1,000 each month. Okay, we're only 2 side gigs away from the next potential 6-figure hustle. But before we get there, did you know that it's projected that in 2027, 86.5 million people will be freelancing in the United States, and that will make up 50.9% of the total workforce. Not only that, but 32% of US freelancers stated that the percentage of freelancing work that they got online had increased a lot in the previous year. Okay, translation, there are a ton of freelancers, and many of them are going to be looking for virtual assistants to help them run their businesses. Now, I have friends who have started an entire business just helping train people to crush it with their VA hustles. In fact, many of them go on to quit their jobs and VA full time. Now, VAs earn on average just under $20 an hour, but if you have skills that are in demand, you can make $30 or more an hour. So you're probably wondering then, what's the number one skill in demand? Well, I'll tell you, it isn't flashy, but terrific typists are crushing it right now. And upgrading your typing skills is super easy at sites like typing.com, not sponsored. Now, after you've honed your skills, you can post on Fiverr. You just need to be 13, or Upwork to get your first job. You'll just need to have your parents set you up with a PayPal account, because that's how you're going to get paid. Once you've got that, you're good to go. Every good party has three things in common: food, friends, and dope beats. Okay, I have to ask, did I sound cool saying that? I mean, I felt cool, but I don't know how it looked to everyone else. Seriously though, high quality DJs are always in demand. You know, whether it's mixing beats at a wedding or party, or playing songs at a middle school grad or a corporate event, there is definitely money to be made, which should be music to your ears. To get going, you'll need a laptop with good mixing software, an outside controller, headphones, and a speaker system. It's also good to have backup cables, speakers, laptop batteries, and other essential parts. Now, the startup cost can be a bit pricey for this, but you can find used gear on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and when clubs go out of business. And you can make anywhere between $50 an hour as a beginner to over $250 an hour as a professional DJ. Finally, if you're underage, be aware that there are laws governing how late you can work, which could be an issue if you're working events that run later into the night. Look up the laws in your state or province, and then try contacting wedding planners in your area, offering them a quote along with a sample of your work. Now, this next side hustle may seem a bit shady at first, but trust me, creating YouTube clip channels is totally legit. And there are tons of them that get millions of subscribers and views and make six figures plus. If you spend any time on YouTube at all, you've definitely seen tons of videos which are collections of best of video clips. You know, they take funny clips from other channels and edit them into these compilation videos showing funny animals, epic fails, pranks, parodies, kids versus animals, celebrities, and things like that. Now, as I said, some of these channels are absolutely crushing it. Just look at the This Is Happening channel. I mean, you look at the videos and it seems funny, but really they're not producing earth-shattering content. I mean, it's family pranks and future Olympian fails, but they've got over 2.1 million subscribers and over 500 million views. Now, as far as dollars and cents go with ads, you know, they're making hundreds of thousands in ads on this channel alone, if not more. So you may be wondering how it's legal to take videos from other users, package them up, and repost them as your own. I mean, doesn't it violate copyright rules or something? Well, this is a legit strategy that makes use of something called Creative Commons. When a user publishes a video to YouTube, they can either restrict its usage or put it under Creative Commons. This just means that anyone else is free to use it as they want, which allows these compilation channels to repackage other videos for their own purpose and rock millions of views and make tons of cash in the process. Now, making one of these videos is super easy. So say you want to do a compilation of animal fails, because I mean, who doesn't love seeing our favorite furry friends fail? Just type animal fails into your search. You see some videos pop up, and then you go to this filter and click on that Creative Commons under the features. Now you can click through to any of these videos, and you can see in the description under license that Creative Commons reuse is allowed. And this means that you are good to go to use these videos. And when it comes to how to grab multiple clips and put them into your videos, the process is super simple. After you do a search for the videos you want, just copy down the URL for each. You can then do a Google search for a YouTube to MP4 converter, which is going to snatch the video file and download it to your computer. Then you just need to cut the section of the video you want with any editing software and put them all together into one video. You know, to do this, you can use iMovie, ScreenFlow, Camtasia, Adobe, and there are also lots of other free video editing programs like Kapwing that you can use if you want to cut the clips out and maybe add some graphics or something. And that's it. It takes a few hours the first time you do it to download, edit, and then re-upload these videos. And each time you do it, you'll get even faster. Now, one final note, just so you know, you'll need to have more than 4,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months and over 1,000 subscribers to start making money, which could take a little bit of time. But the upside to making money is just so awesome that I bent the rules a bit as far as making money right away. I mean, I figured, it's my video. Next up is juicing. No, I'm not encouraging you to start selling steroids at your local gym to get everyone all pumped up. We're talking about charging e-scooters for companies like Lime or Bird. Again, I'm putting this on the list even though technically you need to be 18. There's no reason though that you can't have your parents sign up and have you do all the heavy lifting. You'll need to have a driver's license and a vehicle, otherwise your parents will be shuttling you all over the place, which is not only a pain, it's kind of lame. Now, the process consists of 2 steps. First is harvesting or picking them up, and second is serving, dropping them off. Now, it's super simple. Using the app, just find the scooter you're looking for. Most scooters need to be recharged between 9 and 10 at night. And once you've located the scooter, scan its QR code and place it in your vehicle. Continue doing this with as many scooters as you can, or with as many chargers as you have. You'll need to buy the chargers to juice them up, and they run around $15 per charger, and you can easily pick those up on Amazon. Serving is the last step you need to take before you can get paid. Lime has a list of standards you'll need to meet to get the full payout. They're pretty basic, like each scooter needs at least a 95% battery charge when you deliver it, and the app will tell you where and by what time you need to drop them all off. Once all the scooters you've picked up and charged are dropped off the next morning at their specified location, Lime will credit your account for your juicing job. Again, there's no interaction with people, easy peasy. Now, the average payout for juicers is $8 a scooter. Depending on how many scooters you can fit in your vehicle, the dollars can start adding up pretty quick. Obviously, having a truck or SUV is best, but if you've only got a car, you can still make some good coin. In fact, I saw one guy who had packed 14 scooters into his Prius. That's $112. You know, you do that for a couple of hours, 5 evenings a week, and you'll have that extra $500 a week that will make you a millionaire pretty quick. Now, this next side hustle is an oldie but a goodie. In fact, I just heard YouTube phenom and millionaire Mark Tilbury share that this was one of his favorite side gigs as a teenager. What is it? Car washing. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't like a clean car. The problem is the margins are quite tight and it's hard to make good money. That's why you need to take it to the next level and start a mobile detailing business. To get started, all you need is a bucket, sponge, towels, brushes, Q-tips, and a vacuum like a shop vac. And of course, you'll need soap and a few other cleaning products like degreaser, spray wax, and tire shine. This will provide everything you need to get going and to make your vehicles shine. As you get more customers, you can invest in a pressure washer, which will really speed things up, a steamer to get the hard-to-reach areas like the console, door panels, and leather seats, and an extractor, a fancy vacuum-like cleaning device that will take your clean to the next level. Now, to start, you probably want to be priced very low. You may aim to charge your first customers $30 for a full interior and exterior detail, which can take a couple of hours. This low rate, though, is only temporary and will allow you to get some experience under your belt, some positive reviews, and great marketing photos. Once you start seeing regular customers, you can steadily raise your prices, charging up to $100 for an interior detail, $60 for an exterior detail, and $150 for a full detail. Now, these are in line with national averages, but be sure to tell every customer that you'll need to inspect their vehicle to provide an accurate quote. Some vehicles require a lot more time and work than others, so the quote process gives you the opportunity to talk to the customers and chat with them about all of their options. At the end of the day, you can make an average of $40 to $50 an hour. Not a bad way to make some cash as a teenager. With these side hustles, you'll be well on your way to the streams of income you need to be a millionaire. Now, while earning lots of money is a huge benefit to getting rich, it's not the only factor needed to grow wealth. In fact, one of the biggest factors to becoming a millionaire is understanding allergies. Wait, what? Allergies? Yeah. In the next video, I'll show you how understanding peanut allergies can make you rich. I'll see you there.